Hello everyone, welcome to Kensington Eikaiwa's video chat. My name is not Jamie, it's actually Denny. I'm taking charge of this lesson. So Jamie, you're with me today, so how are you?
I'm very well, Denny, thank you. How are you?
I'm hungry, thank you, because I skipped breakfast this morning, but that's okay.
That might be my
coffee.
fault. Yeah.
No, I just decided not to make any breakfast this morning for some reason, but
Well,
that's okay.
I've just had a delicious meal. I'm sorry.
No, good for you. That's great. I have water, so
Well,
healthy boy.
Better than nothing.
Correct. So today's topic, we're talking about anime and manga.
Yep.
And this is the level 1 speaking thing, so we're going to slow it down a little bit so our level 1 students can understand us. So, yeah, today I'm going to ask you a couple of questions first, and then you can ask me some questions after. So the first question for you, Jamie, is do you like anime?
Honestly, Denny, I don't really watch anime much. How about you?
I don't really watch anime much now, but when I was younger, I watched quite a bit of anime.
I do watch some anime with my kids from time to time.
Okay. What kind of anime do they watch?
Anime. What do they watch? Just a moment. Casco, what kind of anime do the kids watch? Yeah, they used to watch things like Pokemon and that kind of thing, right?
Oh, right. Pokemon and all that stuff.
That kind of stuff.
See.
But they've kind of grown out of it a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I see.
Yep.
How about manga? Do you like manga?
I can honestly say I have never read a manga in my life. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Manga is not something that I have taken much interest in. How about you?
I've read a little bit of manga, but I mainly focus on Western comics. When I was younger, I read a lot of Western comics.
Oh, really? Do you have a favorite?
A favorite Western comic? Not really. I really liked X-Men. When I was younger, I was a fan of X-Men, and I had a very old Iron Man comic from a long time ago, and that was good.
Wow.
Yeah, that was 20 years ago now. So.
My level of knowledge on this is almost zero. I didn't even know X-Men was a comic.
Oh, really? Yeah. So X-Men is originally a comic. And then it became a film over time and a cartoon. So yeah, and Wolverine is technically Canadian, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so. But he doesn't apologize when he kills people. So
they do apologize.
Yeah. So I guess I could ask you another question.
Yeah.
It's a very easy one. Are you an otaku?
No. I think I'm the least otaku person I know.
Oh, really? That's very surprising.
I'm not an otaku. Would you say that you are?
No. And for clarity, I guess, what is an otaku in English?
Do we call it like a geek or a nerd or something like that?
Yeah, I guess so. Like a geek or a nerd. And it's not a negative thing to say. It can be, but it's not so negative, really.
I think it used to be in the 80s.
Yeah.
And now it kind of isn't.
Yeah, being a nerd is now cool for a lot of the younger generations, which is interesting.
Yeah.
So I guess you can ask me a couple of questions about anime and animation, because I actually know quite a bit about that.
Do you? Sorry, anime. What? Are you a fan of anime?
I'm a fan of animation in general because I studied animation when I was in my 20s. That was my primary studies, actually. Yeah.
And do you have like a favorite animation studio or a favorite animation film?
Yeah, I have a few. So my favorite animated film in Japan is an anime called Ninja Scroll. And in Japanese, I think it's Jubei Ninpucho. And a lot of Japanese people don't know about it, but it was quite popular in the West for anime audiences. And I watched it when I was 7 years old. But the funny thing about that movie, it's extremely violent and has horrible scenes of a lot of sexual violence and pure violence and ninjas killing each other.
Mhm.
But the story is really good, and I watched it when I was 7. But
I think it's not for kids.
No.
No.
Unless your kid really likes ultra violence.
My daughter.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I love that one, and I still love that movie. It's a fantastic movie with really good animation and really good story.
Yeah.
And I guess for Western animation, I really like Pixar's work, which is 3D animation. I studied a lot of their work. For example, WALL-E, Up, what was it? Finding Nemo.
Yep.
And so on. So yeah, I learned a lot about animation from those studios.
WALL-E is about the only anime I think I've ever really enjoyed. I watched it on a plane, and it was just the cutest thing, and I really liked it. I don't know why, but it just it was really well made, and I kind of enjoyed it.
Yeah. I could talk all day about why that movie is so good, because when you learn animation, you learn how to express things with movement and without words. And WALL-E was basically a masterclass of showing how to do that, because like you, I love that movie, and I knew why, because I was studying animation at the time. But many people say it's an amazing movie, it was so moving, and they don't really know why.
They don't know why. I see. So that means that, you studied animation, so you must have made an animation or two in the past.
I have, yeah. And I made an animation for my final diploma, and it took me 6 months to create from scratch a 3-minute animation.
Wow. So it's really quite difficult.
Animation is extremely hard work and takes a very, very long time to do correctly. There is a very long process, and that's why studios, they have the animators, the modelers, the texturing people, the lighting people, the storyboarders. They have many, many categories in animation. So it takes a lot of work. It's very complex, and I don't do it as a job because the work hours are absolutely insane as an animator.
Yeah.
How about you? Have you ever tried animation, and would you like to try animating something?
Well, after listening to what you said, I think I don't want to try, because as you know, I don't really like hard work. But I have made one of those in primary school when you flick the edge of the page and the little guy runs. I think that's as far as my animation has ever gone. What's that called?
I can't remember the name of that animation, but that's traditional hand-drawn animation.
Yeah. I've done that, but that's my animation. That sums up my animation life.
Yeah. If you want to know how hard animating is, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, that movie is hand animated and it's hand colored. So imagine making a little man running. It takes you maybe 20 minutes to do that.
Yeah.
Now imagine painting entire scenes, frame by frame, for 2 hours.
Wow. Yeah. That must have taken a fair bit of work.
It's hell on earth. It is really, really, really hard work. So yeah.
Denny, I think we're going to have to wrap it up for just now.
Yeah, we're done for today. So
thank you
very
very much
much for the chat, and hopefully you can watch some interesting anime in the future.
I hope so too. Thank you, everybody, and see you in the next video.
See you guys. Bye-bye.